This video is for those of you that are on Instagram and want to promote themselves but don't actually like promoting themselves or really understand how social media works. In this video, I'm going to give you some super easy tips and tricks that will take you less than 5 minutes a day to do. You don't even have to do them every day, and you will see that organic pull of traffic towards your pages. What's up, my Good Vibe DJ tribe? If you are not like me, then social media might be a tough spot for you. And I totally get it. Every platform is so different. And then the algorithms change again. And you're like, great. Thanks, Facebook. Whatever platform you may be on, that's always changing. I've got some tricks and tips for you. And today I'm going to start with Instagram. And in this video, I'm going to give you some tools that I think you're going to be like, I can't believe I haven't been doing this before. So number one, let's talk about hashtags. So when you are using hashtags in any form on social, it is really important that you use relevant hashtags. So if you are posting a picture of you DJing at a club, you're not going to hashtag IKEA or tacos or realtor. It doesn't make any sense. It's not relevant to what you've got going on, and it's not going to pull in the traffic that's actually looking for that stuff, right? So with that in mind, some examples of great hashtags that you could use could be something like Serato DJ or Pioneer DJ or Pioneer Turntables, depending on the equipment you might be working on. If you are in a nightclub in New York, you could hashtag NYC nightclub or New York nightclub. Now, speaking on the topic of hashtags, when I talk about them, a lot of people think, oh my goodness, like I do not want to be typing up every single word every single time. Well, guess what? We all have the ability to download, or probably already have on our phone, things like a Notepad app where we can create and catalog folders where you can create those hashtags so that you can simply copy and paste them and put them directly onto those pages. Now let's jump into the third part of it. How do hashtags actually work on platforms like Instagram? Well, if you go and do a search for a hashtag, say for example, female DJ, the first 9 photos you see in that square are going to be the most popular photos. It doesn't matter what day, time, year they've been posted on. Those are the top 9 photos that people are checking out on Instagram. Below that, you're going to see a timeline of photos that have been hashtagged based on when those hashtags were posted. Now, another thing that you should know about hashtags is that people aren't just putting hashtags in the initial description when they're posting it, but they're actually taking those hashtags and putting them in the comments. And by doing that, you're able to refresh yourself in that timeline. So sometimes you'll be looking at that timeline and thinking, wait a second, this is from 2 weeks ago, this photo, but somebody actually just posted those hashtags in the comments. Now, this is where I like to utilize hashtags. So maybe in the initial post, I only use one particular hashtag for that picture that will always be there. And then below in the comments, I can do hashtags relevant to that post. So if I'm talking about an article I just posted on festival season, I will have a bunch of hashtags below that are relatable to festival season. So maybe it's Canadian festival season. Maybe it's listing particular festivals within Canada because the article is talking about that. Now, with that being said, other things that you can do is refresh it by every 24 to 48 hours, deleting the set of hashtags that you had from those comments and then reposting them. There are some things that you should know so that your account doesn't get flagged or you don't lose the ability to actually post. Instagram will allow you to do, at this moment, 30 hashtags in a comment, but you can only comment once within that thread. You can only use the same hashtags a couple of times, or else again, you're going to get flagged and you're not going to be able to post any hashtags on that thread. So say for example, you're posting something that has to do with festival season, the next set of hashtags might be house, techno, drum and bass, dubstep, because those are genres of music that could potentially be played at that festival. So you've deleted all of your festival hashtag comments, and then you've refreshed it by putting different hashtags. Now, again, you want to be careful how often you're doing this. I would wait about 24 to 48 hours to create the relevance in pushing that back in the feed. But something else that you should keep in mind, and this is where things can take a little bit more time, but I definitely recommend looking into this, especially if you're looking for organic traffic, is when you're creating this relevance and putting yourself back in that feed, you're trying to get more views of people within your industry that are looking for those particular genres or DJ equipment or people within that industry. That's the kind of person you want to be as well. And the reason why is because if you are a producer or even a DJ that's looking to put their name out there or to collaborate with other artists, to go into the hashtags and start actually looking at people that are posting about maybe those genres of music. For example, you're a female artist and you want to work with other female artists. So you look up the hashtag female producer or female electronic music DJ, and then suddenly you're finding people within your industry that are making music that you could potentially network with. Or maybe you are looking at various nightclubs in various cities, and now you can start checking out and seeing who's putting on what events, what genre of events, what other DJs are involved with, so that you can start networking with those like-minded people that are driven and working hard and doing much of the same online promotion. The reason why this is so important, at least to me, is because I feel like it is a part of building our community. Because if an artist doesn't know anybody in your local town, but you've already built a crowd out here and you start networking with them, you can start introducing one another's music to that crowd. You can introduce them to your own local radio shows that they could do potential guest mixes for, and vice versa. This is how we get our name out there. This is how we network. This is how we support our local community and continue to give back to others. So with all of this being said, even though I did give a lot of really easy tips that you can use today that will only take you a few minutes, I think in the long run, if we are building this community, you're going to have to go a little bit deeper than getting just a few likes on your photos and some traction by actually utilizing what those little hashtags could do to your career by simply putting yourself out there and reaching out to other artists, showing support, liking their pages, but also giving them feedback on music or playing their tunes if it, of course, is something that you believe in, something that you enjoy. Then we can really continue to make this community thrive in an organic way where we're actually reaching out to people within our realms of music. So I hope that you guys found that helpful. Let me know if there's another social network you want some tricks and tips on that maybe you struggle with or just simply don't understand and want to simplify it as much as possible. Are there any hashtagging nightmares that you've come into where maybe you did use a hashtag that didn't make any sense to your brand and attracted a bunch of spam? Let us know in the comments below.